Hello everyone, John Odom, drum set percussion teacher here with Groove with Passion drum lessons. Today I'm going to film a video on the song Who You Say I Am by Hillsong. This song is actually in 6/8, okay? Filming this for a young student who is learning the song. I'm going to concentrate today on the bridge. They actually do the bridge twice in this song. This is a live recording by Hillsong, and so it's got a lot of energy, okay, a lot of dynamics. And so the bridge is the first time they do the bridge is not too difficult. The second time there's actually 3 different sound levels. They start quiet and then they go to like a medium volume, and they actually build it up where they're getting, at forte or even maybe double forte as far as being loud goes. So this is something, being able to play at different dynamic levels. Every drummer's got to be able to do that. Especially a worship drummer, because it's pretty common for modern worship songs to, especially in the bridge, where they start quiet and then it builds energy. And so that's a skill that, every drummer should be able to do that, but especially if you're playing in church, you're playing modern worship music, that's a requirement. So I'm going to go ahead and lead into the first bridge. Now the first bridge is play what? Let me do a quick recap on, if you're not familiar with how to play 6/8. 6/8, quite a bit different than 4/4, because we're playing 6 beats to the measure, okay? And it's counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now those are actually eighth notes, but they're counted, I try to explain this to my students, somewhat similar to quarter notes, okay? So but there's 6 notes to the measure. Your bass drum lands on beat 1, your snare lands on beat 4, okay? So basic 6/8 groove, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? On the right cymbal, same idea. Now that's a basic beginner 6/8 groove. 6/8, just like you can do in 4/4, and 6/8 you can play ghost notes on the snare, you can play drags, you can play 16th notes on the right cymbal or the hi-hat. You can play more bass drum hits to build up the energy, okay? For the first bridge, this version, okay, and I always tell my students who want to play in church, your worship leader, your worship team might have a different way of doing this, okay? So it would depend on, do they want to keep the energy up? Do they want to start quiet the first time and then build it? But I'm going to play this all 6 beats, okay, on the snare, floor tom, and bass drum together like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna throw a couple crashes in there like the second time they do it, okay? I'm also gonna play a fill coming out of the bridge, going back into the chorus, okay? So this is the first bridge on, this is Hillsong Worship, Who You Say I Am live performance with lyrics added. It's the video I'm using for this lesson, okay? Here it comes. When you come out of the bridge, going back into the chorus, again, everything has to be on time. Got to build it up. There is kind of a crescendo there at the last part again, because this is a very energetic song, so we have to play this with energy. So that last part, last few measures, I'm doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, slide cymbal because you're back in the chorus groove, okay? There's other fills you could play, but that one works. 4, 5, 6, 1. All right, going to keep playing the chorus. There's a long, kind of a long intro when you start the second bridge, the second time they do the bridge, and they actually repeat it 3 times. So I'm going to show you this cool pattern that I came up with to actually, and again, your church may not do it this way, but for this, and this is good to practice this, whether you play it in your church or not this way, everything you can practice on the drum set, everything new you can learn, you might not use it in this song, but you might use it in another song. Okay, so this is the chorus. Here we go. Maybe not. Maybe a little bit of cymbals and maybe out. Here comes the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how am I playing that pattern? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1. Now, you want to start with just keeping the hi-hat closed, because when you start playing glissas, that makes it more complex. So we'll start with the hi-hat closed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Notice the volume is down here. You're starting this quietly, so we got to play quietly. We have to do, everybody's got to be together, not only in the tempo, not only in the transitions, but also in the volume, right? The dynamics. So once you get comfortable with that, you can, if you add the glissas, even if it's just one, even if you start with 1. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 6. All right? And if you want to add both, that's fine. 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what I'm doing there. And I think it's pretty cool little pattern you can use. It's kind of melodic, using the hi-hat, the cymbal, and then you're kind of a somewhat quiet kick on beat 1, just to keep establishing the beat, so that way your fellow musicians and singers, they know where you're at, the tempo. So we'll keep going with this. This is kind of long, and then it's going to start coming back with the vocal, and they're going to do the bridge 3 times. Second level of building, okay? That's where swells come in. Every drummer has to be able to play a good swell. How do you play a good swell? And again, depends on how many crash cymbals you have. I use both. I've got 3 cymbals, I use all of them, right? But a swell is basically like a quick single stroke roll. That's why working on your single stroke rolls, practicing on your practice pad if you have one, or practicing on the snare, the hi-hat, fingers. That's the key for a good swell. Okay? And it's a quick motion. It's not with wrist, fingers. Fingers are the key there. Okay? Been really working with several of my students. Open your hands up. Some of them want to play like this all the time. If you close your fingers around your sticks, you're forced to use wrist. It's a combination of fingers and wrist, okay? But those are swells, and then that pattern, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. And I'm not going to play this the same way. It's not like I have one set way to play this. I could play this song 2 or 3 times in a row, and that pattern, it'll be different every time. The main thing is, when you're playing your kick on 1, hi-hat on 4 there, then everything fits within those 6 beat measures, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those swells are going to be on beat 1, by the way. And not every measure. You're not going to swell every measure, but you just have to develop your feel. You kind of feel that. Is the best way to describe that. That's how I do it. Again, making sure everything stays in time. But you see how you're adding more volume, you're adding more depth to your sound by playing more cymbals. And not doing this. That would be too much. You still want to leave some space in the music. Because remember, that's a legato sound, meaning that sound carries, okay? It's not like a snare hit. That's staccato. That's short, quick, done. Cymbal hits, they carry. So you don't have to play all the 16th notes and go crazy with it. You want to leave some space in the music, but at the same time, you want to build that sound. So that's what we're doing here. So this is the second time doing the bridge, right? Again, I came up with some years back playing on the toms now, right? So now we're at the third level, we're at the top level basically of building the volume, of building the energy. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and it can be, pretty much every measure here you're going to be crashing because you're building this energy, right? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. It can be every measure, maybe every other measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5. You can play it here, and the kick on 1 beats 1 and beat 1 and 4, both beats, because you're really starting to pound this out. We have to be careful when we're building the energy to not increase the tempo. That's one of the main challenges of drumming. I've heard Steve Gadd talk about this at one of his drum clinics. I think it was one of the mission from Gadd, might have been mission from Gadd 3. Anyway, he was talking about this, and it's so true. When we're building, you're crescendoing up or building up the energy, there is a tendency, because we got the adrenaline flowing, we're excited, we're having fun, but we have to keep that tempo steady. That is a challenge. A good way to work on that actually is to practice with the metronome. Get the tempo of your song and play these, don't just always play groove with the tempo. Yes, that's important, but we have to practice our fills, practice, playing a pattern like this, and making sure we're staying on time. So that way we can build the energy, but lock in that tempo and keep it steady. Okay, so let me go back, start this again here. This is where the songs really get fun now, by the way. they hold it out for 2 measures. Okay, so I'm playing here. I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. So I'm just playing that around the kit, nailing the kick there. All right, a solid kick. But that is energy building up, and the energy is going through the roof at this point. Again, you don't have to go nuts. Don't need to try to bust heads and break cymbals. Okay, but we're definitely building the energy there. Okay, again, being careful and not speed up the tempo. So let me go through that again. That fill. That's a fun fill to play. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you only have one crash cymbal. Okay, so it'd be 1, 2, 3, right to crash one with your left hand. It'd be a little easier if you crash. If you only have one crash cymbal this side of the kit, right? Okay, but this is the last chorus, and now your energy level's super high. So let me go ahead and finish the song here. Depends on how long your worship leader wants to hold that out. I'm not going to go ahead and play the whole song now because I don't want the video to be super long. It's already getting a little bit lengthy anyway. But that's a general idea of how to play at least the bridge. The chorus groove, you know, that's on the right cymbal to give it some more energy. The verse grooves. That's a more advanced 6/8. If you can't do that yet, start with that. Start with your 6/8 groove, basic. We can add the 16th notes later. I've been playing 6/8 for a long time, so that's why I'm able to add some more, just to add some more life to the groove without overplaying. We don't want to go too far overboard. You know, we're not limited to just play a standard 6/8 and that's all I can play. When you know how to play more, you can add glisses, you can add some drags, ghost notes, etc. Again, more hits, maybe 6, 1, 1. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. You know, as one example. And it just enhances the groove. Okay, so I am currently enrolling new students for drum lessons. Okay, I am currently teaching at Flamenco del Sur Arts Center. We are a flamenco and music school. We are located in the Narcoossee Business Park on Narcoossee Road in beautiful Orlando, Florida. We are currently offering flamenco lessons, ballet lessons, okay, for both children and adults. We also offer music lessons. We teach voice, piano, drums, and guitar and violin, okay? And so if you're looking to get involved with the arts, whether it's through dance or learning a musical instrument, the contact information will be on the video. Okay, we have a fun, exciting school, and we are actually planning on having a recital coming up in December. So we do have 2 recitals a year, both for flamenco. I don't know how many flamenco has. I know for music we do 2 recitals a year, but I believe it's probably 2 for flamenco. But contact information will be on the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a blessed day.